The fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. And the fear of Yahuwah is strong trust, and his children have a place of refuge. Cause he who despises the word is destroyed, but he who fears the command is rewarded. The fear of Yahuwah is a fountain of life, to turn away from the snares of death. For the beginning of your wisdom is to fear Yahuwah. Yahuwah, I'm standing before you in awe to hear every one of your words, so that I learn to fear. I'm drawn near with all my being, Bakala being. My eyes are seeing you so clear. I hope you hear YAHUAH and see the tears. We all are dropping off like flies, cause we don't adhere. Oh, that they had a heart in them to fear you and guard all your commands, the great and the small with them. But this command is not too hard or far. Labashamima over the seas is in the heart. Ana Yahuwah, when will you purge the evil from the midst of your people? So we hear, fear, and need you, and be a hide and not understanding, not stumbling at one commandment, guarding with all our heart with none abandon. Spending our days getting wisdom and knowledge, realizing you won't find it in the world or in some college. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, the sojourner in your gates. They will fear, they will listen, yet they draw near with their lips and kept their heart far away from him, for fearing commands of men. When will they hear and look at each other in fear and unstiffen their necks? Y'all please open their ears. Who among you fearing Yahuwah, obeying the voice of his servant, trembling at every word and every word? I fear, I dread, I'm scared for my head. I don't wanna sin against you, cause sinning is for the dead. I listen in awe of every word that you've given, comprehending, cause the fear of Yahuwah is my wisdom. I'm afraid and trembling, teach me your heart, cause many lead astray, putting stumbling blocks before your assembly. Who then is the man that fears? The one who he's given eyes to see and he's given ears to hear. Is it that one can hear and not be afraid, looking over their shoulders, paranoid all of their days? Don't nothing faze these people, nothing you say, not even the grave. They okay in their stubborn ways, and none of them listen. They intellectualizing their vision, forgetting the fear of Yahuwah's the start of their wisdom. And since none fear, I don't need a sixth sense. I see them people everywhere with ears, but none here. We should serve with fear and rejoice with trembling, but I prefer to fear what I hear, not what you did to us. But this people gotta touch the pot. They don't believe it's hot, so now we're captured and scattered and sold for naught. You who fear Yahuwah, you who trust Yahuwah, he is their helping shield. He's a refuge to us, straight as the man who fears and loves his commands. He's fed, increased, and saved with the might Yahuwah. I fear, I dread, I'm scared for my head. I don't wanna sin against you, cause sinning is for the dead. I listen in awe of every word that you've given, comprehending, cause the fear of Yahuwah is my wisdom. I'm afraid and trembling, teach me your heart, cause many lead astray, putting stumbling blocks before your assembly. Who then is the man that fears? The one who he's given eyes to see and he's given ears to hear. I fear, I dread, I'm scared for my head. I don't wanna sin against you, cause sinning is for the dead. I listen in awe of every word that you've given, comprehending, cause the fear of Yahuwah is my wisdom. I'm afraid and trembling, teach me your heart, cause many lead astray, putting stumbling blocks before your assembly. Who then is the man that fears? The one who he's given eyes to see and he's given ears to hear. Assemble the people, the men and the women and the little ones, and your sojourner who is within your gates, so that they hear and so that they learn to fear Yahuwah Yah Elohim, and guard to do all the words of this Torah. And their children who have not known it should hear and learn to fear Yahuwah Yah Elohim. Fear Yahuwah Yah Elohim and serve him and swear by his name. Yahuwah commanded us to do all these laws, to fear Yahuwah our Elohim for our good always, to keep us alive as it is today. Therefore you shall guard the commands of Yahuwah Yah Elohim, to walk in his ways and to fear him. So therefore let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. Fear Elohim and guard his commands, for this applies to all mankind. What's up? I just can't fathom. What's that? How one could claim to have a relationship with someone, okay, could claim to have fellowship with someone, right, or how they could claim to even love someone, okay, they don't even know their name. That don't make any sense. Question. Okay, tell me, who's gone up to the heavens and come down? Who has gathered the wind in his fist and bound the waters in the garment? Who made the heavens, the earth, and everything on it? Who made it round? Who commands everything with a word? Who gives flight to the bird? Who gives light to the earth? The sun, moon, and stars all obey his laws. The bug, beast, and seas all revere his Zakar. Who thought of galaxies and then formed it? Who created earth and put breath in the people on it? Who was like him? Let him come declare it. Who could stand on his day, man? Who could bear it? Who opens the eyes of the blind and frees the mind? There from the beginning of time, who is his sign? Who consumes populations in the moment? Who could stop his displeasure and make atonement? Who created a people for his esteem? Who honestly really understand what this means? Who humbles the great, crumbles the fake, favors the persecuted for righteousness' sake? Tell me, who saves in these last days? Who bore our sickness and pains? Who gave the pathways? Who's the one that's consuming the bogus? Now focus, what are their names if you know? Tell me, what is his name if you know it? Is he calling you, revealing things that you notice? Who gave them things that you hoped in? Who you praying to? What is his name if you know it? Who gave that breath that you breathe in? Tell me what's his reason since you don't esteem him? Whose are them words that you quote, and who made the foundations of this world if you know? Rise, go and see the potter, hear the word, and see the potter as he's doing the piece of work. But behold, the vessel in his hand he made was ruined, so he made a new one as it seemed good to him. Is not YAHUAH able to do as this man? For as the clay's in his hand, you are in his hand. As the sheep knows the shepherd and the grass knows the land, yet my people don't know, nor do they understand. They don't obey or even incline their ear. They won't receive instruction, they ain't trying to hear. Here we have the creator of everything by far. He fills the heavens and earth, he tries the kidneys and heart. There is no matter that is secret, he knows all. There is no closet that could keep it closed off. There is no flesh that could hide them bones, y'all. He actually owns y'all, he knows your own thoughts. The one steadfast, he guards in perfect shalom. But the one nailing his law till the state gets consumed. You see, he's doing everything for his name's sake, to make his name great. But you saying we can't say? You go a step further to take his name away, but you gon' be consumed, you doomed, and it's plain as day. Now that his word has gone to all the earth, name the one coming back to judge all of your words. What is his name if you know it? Is he calling you, revealing things that you notice? Who gave them things that you hoped in? Who you praying to? What is his name if you know it? Who gave that breath that you breathe in? Tell me what's his reason since you don't esteem him? Whose are them words that you quote, and who made the foundations of this world if you know him?
Pause and wonder, blind yourselves and be blind. They are drunk but not with wine. They stagger but not with strong drink. Babal was a golden cup in the hand of YAHUAH, making drunk all of the earth. The nations drank her wine, and that is why the nations went mad, because all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her whoring, and the sovereigns of the earth have committed whoring with her, and the merchants of the earth have become rich through the power of her riotous living. So I trod down people in my displeasure, and I made them drunk in my wrath, and brought down their strength back to earth. Yahuwah, these times are written in blood that is thicker than mud, and as sick as it was, it's only getting sicker. This sucks. People stand by and watching from their living room rugs. This is disgust that's become a thing that its witnesses love. Children and babies, the young and even adults. These the results of apathy, and that's injuries and insult. The people's evolved into something that's evil and all. The killing involved will result of people's remorse. Peace and love is gone, split like it is divorce. Shoot to kill, it is enforced. It resonates in all their laws. The planet is failing, shaking and burning. So tell me, how is it people have time to post so many selfies? Nothing's disgraceless. These zombie nations of patience that worship each other in these books for bases. This is crooked and tasteless. Mirrors reflecting pictures of hatred they lay in waste, and you still covered their ways, man. That's intoxication.
Get smashed, get plastered.
He will take the cup from the hand of my master.
He pours in more until you stagger.
You intoxicated at the hands of my master.
Prepared, inebriated, you hammered, you gassed her.
Cause you took the cup from the hand of my master.
You canned, you fried, you bent, you blasted.
Cause you drunk the cup from the hand of my master.
And needless to say, every day I'm being amazed. Hate increases in waves, and even the sea is the grave. TV's the stage. We be in a place where everyone needs to be praised. No one thinks the meek will be raised. The desperate leaving their place, risking all to be in the waste. Lust and a whore and all she has embraced. So you scattering the inhabitants all over the map, and it's amazing watching it happening. Sad watching this madness, man. It's your word in action, and it's not coincidence. No, it's an accident. They're missing it, cause they follow the masses, and they are going after them. Meanwhile, destruction and disasters in their rear view, and it's going to capture them. The law of the whore is really unimagining. If you marvel at it, you definitely end up captives in nearly 400 years, and we just waking our last of them. They drunk from the cup, now the world feels the wrath of them. Drink more, get drunk, get smashed, get plastered.
He will take the cup from the hand of my
He
master.
pours in more until you stagger.
You intoxicated at the hands of my
You
master.
impaired, inebriated, you hammered, you gassed her.
Cause you took the cup from the hand of my
You
master.
canned, you fried, you bent, you blasted.
Cause you drunk the cup from the hand of my master.
Drink more, get drunk, get smashed, get plastered.
He will take the cup from the hand of my
He
master.
pours in more until you stagger.
You
weary. Tell me, where's your stake? Who you following today? Are you denying this world, losing it all for a sake? Are you defiled from the mouth, pouring out with doubt, taking the easy way out or on the narrow route? Are you a stumbling block that's doing lawlessness? Are you walking the walk, striving for flawlessness? Have you fallen by the side for the birds of the sky? Or are you over by the rocks where the sun burning dries? Are you doing his word or just hearing him? Are you loving the Father or the idea of him? Separating the lawless and the wicked from the meek, the mourning, the poor in spirit ones. Whose side you think you on, to set apart or not? Who'd you declare before men? Was it YAHUAH? Are you playing make-believe in your church, pretending building your house on the sand? A foolish man just sinning. So let your yes be yes, let your no be no. Let your best be perfect and whole. Let him with ears hear, understand and grow. Let he who overcomes see the land and mow. And let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Let your best be perfect and whole. Let him with ears hear, understand and grow. Let he who overcomes see the land and mow. Do you love your children more than you love him? You claiming you walking this walk, but all you on defense. Have you fallen by the thorns and been suffocated? The pressures of the world been too much to take it. Do you love what man talks, not seeing the fault, disregarding his word, doing away with his law? What commands was it then he meant for us to guard? Since sin is lawlessness and the laws to raw. Are you searching for verses to suit your purpose, missing the fact it ain't for you to interpret? Are you losing your life steady trying to save it? Or are you saving your life, losing it for his sake? And are you seeking for knowledge or to win debates and masquerading as the light as if you were Satan? If you don't want to do his word, you know what that means. You can't love me cause you don't even love Elohim. And the son of Adam shall send out his messengers, and they shall gather out of his reign all of the stumbling blocks and those doing lawlessness, and shall throw them into the furnace of fire. There shall be a wailing and a gnashing of teeth. Yes. Then the righteous shall shine forth as the sun in the reign of their Father. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Hallelujah. So let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Let your best be perfect and whole. Let him with ears hear, understand and grow. Let he who overcomes see the land and mow. And let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. Let your best be perfect and whole. Let him with ears hear, understand and grow. Let he who overcomes see the land and mow. Are you favored cause your eyes see and you hear? Cause you see what the prophets long to see all them years. Have you heard word of his reign and not understood? Then the wicked snatched away what was sown in good. Have you heard and immediately received? But it was short-lived when the pressures increased. Have you heard the word but the worries of this age? Deceit and riches choked and withered it away. Do you proclaim to love him and his son? But you are sleeping, not strengthened, for your works is none. Having purpose that he brought forth his word of truth. But what kind of tree are you that don't bear no fruit? Nonetheless, what you think it meant that you said yes? And all you have to do, but what about the rest? If you professed and confessed and guard the nest, cause he who overcomes escapes all the deaths. Let your yes be yes, let your no be no, be no, be no. Everyone who believes that Yahushua is Hamashiach has been born of Elohim. And everyone who loves the one bringing forth also loves the one having been born of him. By this we know that we love the children of Elohim, when we love Elohim and guard his commands. For this is the love for Elohim, that we guard his commands. his commands are not heavy. This is true. It's through obedience. Yes. YAHUAH, he spoke all you commanded. He did as you required. From birth to his death, he did as you desired. YAHUAH Hushiana, you sent your son to find us. A lost people died, undeserving your kindness. But who believed the news? To whom your strength revealed? A branch from a tender plant with no splendor appeal. Rejected by men who's wretched and filled with sin. They wicked within, hence they didn't consider him. But still he bore our sickness, but we reckoned him stricken. Smitten by Elohim, for us he was afflicted. Broken for our wrongs and crushed for our sins, chastised for our peace, but we're healed in him. We all went astray, we all turned away. YAHUAH gave him our faults and thus another day. Oppressed and afflicted without speaking a sentence. He's a lamb to the slaughter, man, obedience is this. This is love, so we will love for certain. It is love when we guard and do all his word in. Love is best when we seeking him desperately. Love is his word, faith in his work, that is the recipe. And this is love that we do his commands, and it's the command that you heard from the beginning. This is love for he that saved us from death. We guard his commands, do his commands, and may not have YAHUAH. To crush him you were pleased. You laid on him disease, offered him for our guilt, for our iniquities. He did all your commands, carried out your demands. He washed the feet of man, he's our example, and we should do as he's done, obedient as a son. We love, we obey, that's the command from day one. He esteemed you on earth, revealed your name and word. Didn't pray for this world, just those doing your work. There is no greater love than to give it all up. Folks talk a good game, but won't drink of his cup. Bless those doing his commands, enduring to the end. And those that comprehend, and those that understand. In John 14:15 through 23, 1 John 3:22, 1 John 5:1 through 3. He gave another day, took all your sins away. If you love, you'll obey, there's not much more to say. This is love, so we will love for certain. It is love when we guard and do all his word in. Love is best when we seek him desperately. Love is his word, faith in his work, that is the recipe. And this is love that we do his commands, and this the command that you heard from the beginning. This is love for he that saved us from death. We guard his commands, do his commands, and they not heavy. This is love, so we will love for certain. It is love when we guard and do all his word in. Love is best when we seeking him desperately. Love is his word, faith in his work, that is the recipe. And this is love that we do his commands, and this the command that you heard from the beginning. This is love for he that saved us from death. We guard his commands, do his commands, and they not heavy. Guard his commands, do his commands, cause they not heavy.
If I told you that in the morning the sun wouldn't rise, and if I told you that this would be the last time we close our eyes, would you still let go? If I told you today that there would be no tomorrow, and if I told you right now that there would be no time to borrow, would you still close the door? If I told you that this time would be our last, and if I told you that you would only be left with memories of the past, would you still walk away? If I told you that our days were coming to an end, and if I told you that I would forever stand by you as your friend, would you still shut me out? Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed.
Witnessing the end of an era, the end of a chapter, the wind in my back, cause I'm going back home to my master, my power, my Abba, Omega, my Alpha. 1 John 2:27, I'm taking my direction straight from the heavens. Been listening too long, the folks getting it wrong, so now my intercessor will step in. Forgetting his name for Lord, and calling him out his name no more. Doctrines got them breaking his law, 1 Timothy chapter 4, leaving what men believe at the door. No need for me to go back and forth, they just feeling prophecy and more. Can't see the guilty for what happened before. Told YAHUAH for pulling me back in your presence, your essence quite secure, ain't nothing like before. My Yah spirit is truth, there's no wicked in you, just righteous judgment. I trust him, man, cause I'm living proof. You're filling me up within, with knowledge and wisdom begins, where sin and transgression ends, where your will's what I intend. So me and the world just got divorced, now it's will strictly enforced. No longer hearing of your reports, cause now I get them straight from the source.
I'm eating of the Almighty, man. Yah is all I need, man. Yah is all I need. I'm breathing now that I can see, man. I'm not with the heathens. Yah is all I need. Yah is all I need.
I see why I need Yah's voice near to me and not these guys. Historically, I see Yah over centuries, proving why only he's wise. He can see the beginning and the ending in between. The only one living that could even intervene. The only one that could paint an image of your dreams. The only one examining the heart and what it means. To see things ain't really always what it seems, and things ain't always about the extremes. There's only one thing on which you can lean. He does say exactly what it means. Regardless of much they changing it up, we'll leave out stuff we seek out, cause there's stories about us that he not touched. I can see now, girl, I can see now, yo. Pick and choosing from the commandments, cause they really lacking understanding. When he said nail me to the cross, that was just a sacrificial part. Satan got you trading allegiance, walking all up in disobedience, not set apart from the heathens, not allowing the spirit to teach them. Everybody want their share of the silk, but don't really want to be aware of his will. That's why ignorance is abound even still. So-called believers still drinking milk. Pray for wisdom and discernment, only Yah can satisfy your yearning. So without support and Babylon is burning, I already heard, man, ain't it so,
I'm eating of the Almighty, man. Yah is all I need, man. Yah is all I need. I'm breathing now that I can see, man. I'm not with them heathens. Yah is all I need. I'm eating of the Almighty, man. Yah is all I need, man. Yah is all I need.
It's because it's really inconceivable to think he would cause this. He's who's the boss is. Some even do think it's too hard, regardless if it's believable. So all is important. You don't see what you're doing is a boring performing. The thought of being true is appalling. You don't wanna burn for your whore and that foreigner. You don't wanna drink what he's pouring. It's easy to see who is with him, rescinding every doctrine they've been given. Seeking him is their only intention, entrenched in his word up in every sentence. Upper oppressed people who didn't speak falsehood with deceiving lips and their conditions, rid them of positions of power, cause they recognize who gives it. They low to the ground while walking a hard path off and encountering sharks and evil stalks them all them. But they're his people, his portion. Make no mistake or question or rush to judgment, cause if he wasn't chastising those he loved, then they wouldn't turn and seek and trust him. So it's easy to see who doesn't walk this walk. They all dead busted. Their life is easy, does their path is broad. They don't see obstructions. They whispering sweet nothings with their lips, but don't even trust them. They clean in the outside front while the inside's just some pure destruction. You duplicates and knowledge is consistent, ain't no difference. Your name, your lane, you are unchanged and literally equivalent. You swimming with the current, not going against the grain. What makes you set apart when nothing in your brain is changed? What makes you different? Set apart don't mean you blend in with them. If theirs is, yours isn't. If theirs did, yours didn't. If they're close, you're distant, don't get it twisted, you loathe existence. Because it's hard and more than far from what you come to know is living. You make moves like pole position, taking what's given with no conditions. You don't read the labels, you're sitting in traffic, going with them. You're so convinced of your intentions that you don't know the difference. He's coming, getting the humble blow, not those need more incentives. Real talk, most don't even really wanna walk this walk. Because it's hard and all for those that's weak and soft. Heart. You can't even call you lost. You know exactly what you're off. At 5 and back at 9, a good slave's mind don't offer thoughts. This dissemination of information is keeping them complacent. They'd rather be equal than his people. Now that one is flagrant. Ain't nothing changed. He's still the same people lusting the nations. But what's amazing is the blatant disregard they're making. You duplicates and knowledge is consistent, ain't no difference. Your name, your lane, you are unchanged and literally equivalent. You swimming with the current, not going against the grain. What makes you set apart if nothing in your brain has changed? You are identical, your goals and dreams, your ways and means. You on the same team, you are all the same thing. You moving with the traffic, a school of fish, a pot of dolphins. If you could dodge, then tear your mind and heart, not your garments. If you could dodge and tear your mind and heart, not your garments. If you could dodge, tear your mind, heart, not your garments.
When the righteous turns from his righteousness and does unrighteousness, he shall die because of it. But when the wrong turns from his wrongness and does right and righteousness, he shall live because of it. You have said the way of YAHUAH is not fair. The house of Mashaly shall judge everyone according to his own ways. It's no wonder that we scattered in captives. We proverbs and bowers serving the ladders. The rebuke set to all we imagine. We stiff-necked insects and undeserving compassion. It's no wonder that we cursed in our basket. We love serving them and lust all their habits. You loving their witchcraft and their magic, trusting their warlocks all the way to the casket. It's no wonder we destroyed and despised him. This life I see why we can't get right in. It's no surprise he don't open our eyes. Too many of us are just in love with the lies, and too many of us are loving our lives and trying to compromise the Most High is not wise, man. Of course force, we are thrown off course. We kill with no remorse, man, we deserve the sword. It's no wonder that we have no sight, because we use our eyes to define what's right. It's no wonder we brought lower and lower, cause we spend all day trying to gain esteem for us. I see why YAHUAH smites with the blight. We got all this hindsight and still filled up with pride. I see why we still dumb in our wisdom, loving captivity, cause we refuse to listen.
Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction.
I see why YAHUAH tries to hard, cause we foolish brutish people can't think set apart. What you think he meant that the meek inherited, yet most the populace wish they were the 1%. And the esteemed brought low, but the low get the esteem. You must have missed that chasing the American dream. It's no wonder we don't prosper. We don't give up the lobster, and worse, we won't give up the God stuff. How dare you disrespect the father, yet you won't call your wife Sue if her name is really Barbara. There you go again, putting yourself over him. It's no wonder we are cursed, we offend and don't repent. It's no wonder we confused in the delusion, destined to losing, rejecting the truth. And it's no wonder we brought here by fleet of ships, so we could sit and think of all the sin we did.
Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Nothing has changed, which explains why the records are fraction. Why the records are fraction. Why the records are fraction. Why the records are fraction.
Change, this can't stay the same. What you thinking, man? He is girded in strength, and he brings vengeance on earth the hissing. So how long until you listen? And the wrong cease existing, and the strong weaken thin, and flimsy feeble men, and there's just evil in them. These not people, wisdom. Fools, when will you be wise? You disguise cause you need lies, but he can see into deep minds. Who was gotten into these guys? Punishment is rendered on our brow. Senseless in the wild, it is going down. So y'all bear witness to him now. He's sifting wicked out and putting him in the ground. No need in hiding, yo, I found your secrecy expounds. He people loud. gonna flee. This song is gonna be the one you ones at ease. You could hate the message honestly, but you could be the skeptic honestly. Everything he said has come to be. There ain't a thing about you're gonna need. There's poison in disease, spoiling industries everywhere on the soil. It's disease. The food is modified genetically, and so the people modified it regularly. And all the borders closed, can't just up and go. All the movements for the rich to open doors, so people creeping low, sneaking through windows underneath the flow, even digging holes. You would think Mashiach's coming now. It is blaring loud, none can see but how. TV, music, schools done turned them into fools and dumbed them down. Now the world is slave that all walk in the same, talk in the same. Their thoughts is the same. They all in a box and their chains lost in the same. Now all the earth is on their meds, and the zombies they messing up their heads. Death is even sitting on their beds, but none can see that they're breathing dead. But I prefer to eat the bread. He feeds instead of what these people said. So I remain on my knees in bed, face down, so that he sees my head. Take heed so none leads you astray, man. Need have come in his reputation. If you really wanna know, then get down there on the floor on your face, man. Cause all knees will be bruised in every place, man. It don't matter what you're saying, every knee is gonna bow. Take heed, the time is winding down. Know your place, man. Your face.
YAHUAH, please remember. Habit Ura'at Harapatanu. Look, Nahalatanu Nahafaka Lazarim Batinu Lanakarim Chatumin Hiyanu Inab Amatinu Kaalamanut Miminu Bakasal Shatinu Atsinu Bamakir Yabo Altu Aranu Naradafanu Yagaanu Lahunach Lanu Babau Natanu Yad Malakudam Lashaba Lacham Abitinu Kato Inam Anachanu Sabalano Abadim Mashaly Vanu Parak In Mayadam Bana Fashanu Nabia Lachamanu Mafani Harab Hamadaba Oranu Hatunar Nakamaru Mafani Sal Afut Rab Nashutinu Anu In Batalat Baari Sharim Bayadam Natalu Pani Zakanim La Nahadaru Bahurim Tahum Nasho Unaharim Baats Kashalu Zakanim Masha'ar Shabatu Bahurim Malagim Nadam Shabbat Mashush Labanu Nahafak La'abal Machalanu. Yes it is. Nafala Atara Ra'ashanu Onalanu Ki Katanu Al-Zahayadu Alabanu Al-Allah Hashaku Ininu Al-Harz
Ayun Shashamam Su Alim Halakubu Ata Yahuwah Laolam Hashab Kasak Ladar Udur Lama Lanakzak Tasha Kakanu Ta'azabanu Larak Yamin Hashibanu Yahuwah Malik Unashub.
Yeah, I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm tried and I'm beat. My mind is deep because these times are bleak. A sign I need, but my feet and my eyes are failing me from always trying to seek. You're reminding me, but captivity is surrounding me. Please turn around and see, please come back now. I mean, I can't take all the silence we are destroyed violently, but my Elohim, please don't forget your people and your covenant. I'm meeting your word, Yah, and I'm loving it. I'm seeing your work, Yah, and I'm trusting it. But I'm feeling this curse, Yah, and it's crushing us. We must have just broken your heart in two, going after other ones. The only all is you. So I weep and I mourn for all of Yasharel, cause they puffed up and they proud when our heart should fail. So I'm in the sackcloth with dust on my head. I can't be conduced to you, then I must be dead. This is a tough one, but it must be said before you return here and you crush the head. Yahushua, please intercede the tangled web we've weaved. Open our eyes, please, so we all could see. Give us a heart, please, so we all believe. Set us apart, please, from all these things. Make us kadoosh. Thank you for letting me in and seeing the truth. My desire is to be set apart to you. Can't think of anything that I would rather do than declare your esteem among the Goyim. Make us kadoosh. Thank you for letting me in and seeing the truth. My desire is to be set apart to you. Can't think of anything that I would rather do than declare your esteem, my Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem among the Goyim. Since we're set apart people to Yahuwah, why do we spend most of the time trying to elude you? What's it gonna take to change our attitudes up? When we gonna guard your commands and do what you love? When we gonna break out these chains with a teruah? When we gonna set apart your name lest you consume us? When we gonna all be a hide in one accord and realize your name ain't God, it ain't Lord? When we gonna all be ashamed and load the things that got us in these chains? Oh man, this thing's insane. When we gonna remember our deeds that wasn't good and abhor what we did before we understood? When we gonna realize what he despised? The haughty and the pride will not inherit the prize. The humble shall see and rejoice with Elohim, but the scoffers get scoffed and purged from out the scene. For thus declares the most exalted one I seek, whose name is set apart is Yahuwah, Allah the meek. He's the Allah, the humble, peacemakers and obedient, the persecuted for righteousness. These the ingredients. Why don't we see he's the only one we need in this cold world filled with these so-called geniuses? Still now Yahuwah says turn to him with all your heart, with fasting, weeping and mourning, and be set apart and be kadoosh. Thank you for letting me in and seeing the truth. My desire is to be set apart to you. Can't think of anything that I would rather do than declare your esteem among the Goyim. Because kadoosh. Thank you for letting me in and seeing the truth. My desire is to be set apart to you. Can't think of anything that I would rather do than declare your esteem, my Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem of Elohim. Yeah. Let's declare the esteem among the Goyim.
Yam Kadush Atala Yahuwah Lahik Ubak Baha Yahuwah Lahiut Lu Laam Sagala Ha Amim Ashar Al Pani Ha Adama.